Hey you, it's Jess here and we're planning for the week of March 10th through the 16th, and this is my memory sticker planning inserts, and they're from Caress Press in A5 wide size, and I'm using the Scribble Prints Co kit, the Aristocats kit, for this week because it's the week of my cat's birthday. And I just wanted to use a cat-centric kit because last year I used a birthday kit for her, so I thought this year I'll use a cat kit. And the Aristocats came out in perfect time. I've been holding onto this for celebrating her birthday. Although we did end up taking her to the vet on her birthday. It was just the best time to book her a general checkup, and we wanted to get her teeth cleaned. But she, at her age, she needs to get a vet check before she can get her teeth cleaned. And all this stuff happens. So we're going to go through that drama closer to that in the day by day. But for the base, I just did my usual color blocking. And I'm using a Scribble Prints Co rose gold foil bundle in the confetti design. And it's one of the new ones, so it has hole reinforcers and everything, which is super nice. I didn't end up using any deco across the top like I usually do, but it was really just, the deco is kind of just the characters, so I didn't feel like I needed to repeat them across the top again. So I just put like you'll see when I finish the base, I just put on the top the little March script and then a little bow from the deco. But yeah, I kept the base pretty simple. I did use the toolbox on the side because it's so adorable, the stack of kittens. I was definitely an Aristocats lover as a kid because I'm a huge cat person and have been since I was a child, so just love the characters in this film. They're so adorable. And I think this set came out really pretty. I'm glad I used rose gold because I think it went with the tones of the kit really well. But yeah, so you have to forgive me because obviously it's April now and I'm filming this a little while away, so I'm a little disconnected from the plans, but I have everything written here and everything's pretty normal. Like it's mostly a normal week until we get to the weekend and we have to take Heidi to the vet. Well, we didn't have to, we chose to. I know, I shouldn't have booked it on her birthday, poor thing, but you know, it's always good to keep those up to date. But let's finish off with the base now because it's pretty simple. We will just get into the day by day. So I just want to apologize first of all if you notice it's hard to notice because of the colors of the nail, but part of my nail has broken off. Well, the sticker has, but not my actual nail. And they're just not ready yet to be changed. So apologies for the janky nails. But they just, they're not outgrown too much yet, so I do want to replace them yet, but oh well. It just broke because I cleaned too hard. But on the sidebar, I had the audiobook I was reading at the time, which was The Will of the Many by James Islington. And I was working on a custom for SBC, was reading my books because this is during the Realmathon, Readathon, and we actually had a event on the weekend called Gala of Peace, so we were trying to read as many like shorter books then. I only read 2, but you know what, I tried my best on the Realmathon. I did end up reading like 9 books in the month, so I did pretty well in my opinion. And then I did some baking as well because we had some bananas that really needed to be baked. So those are my plans for the week, but let's get into the day by day. On Monday, I just put my usual Coffee Monday. You know how I am. This is what I do. It's just, I like to put in Coffee Monday. It's just nice to start off the week. And then I actually have 2 little things here. Maybe I could fit in 3. I'll put in this one here. So I did have a Plan With Me go up. I can't say what these Plan With Me's were. I had 3 Plan With Me's go up this week. I don't remember which ones they were. I guess I was just catching up on things. So, like I am right now, I guess. I have a few Plan With Me's to a couple to film today, as well as some journaling. So plenty more videos for you. We did Plan With Me go up. I did some laundry and I put some new nail stickers on. So right in the laundry. So it's just a busy morning of doing chores. And then I did do some work. Working on that custom. So at work, and then I also was listening to the audiobook The Will of the Many while I was working. And then we were watching Reacher. So let me have a look, because I haven't looked at the previous week in a while. Yeah, this is when we started watching Reacher, I think. We just kept hearing so much about it that's like, it's about a big man who punches people. And I read some articles about things that the lead actor Alan Ritchson had said, and I thought he sounded like an interesting person, and just hearing good stuff about the show Reacher. And they were I think they were halfway through season 3 at this point. So this week we were binge watching the first 2 seasons, and yeah, really loved it. Actually really enjoyed Reacher. It's so different because I always thought about it as if it was like Jack Ryan and the CIA thing, but Reacher is he's like a drifter who used to be in the military police force, and now he just travels the states and he just ends up embroiled in stuff. He's a very strange character and he has a very dry humor, and I know the show is really well done in my opinion. So we started watching Reacher this day, and Reacher is on Prime, I believe. So we have the little version of Prime. I actually pay for Australian Prime, which is funny because Amazon isn't in Finland, but yeah, so I get the Australian version of Prime, which has nothing to do with, I don't think it has shipping, or maybe it does, but it's just the TV shows. So I know it's $7, so that's why I have Prime. Prime also because there's Wheel of Time and Rings of Power and The Expanse. So, although I recently bought the Blu-ray collection of The Expanse because Amazon lost the rights to the first 3 seasons, so we made sure to get a physical copy of that show because it's so good. Anyway, on Tuesday it was payday and I was doing more custom work, and I didn't read my audiobook this day. I think I was just taking a break. I was binge watching some YouTube instead. Can't say what. I was probably watching streams. At this time, I was probably watching just Infinity Nikki streams or something. And then, so Tuesday I'm trying to book here. So then I put in Reacher. I use the icon I've used here is the little running shoe from the foil pack because, well, I guess Reacher does running and punching peeps. I didn't leave much room in here, so I think I'm going to do a larger box here for my book. I think I was reading it on Monday, maybe I didn't, but I was working on a physical book in the previous week, and I finished it on this day, which was Talon Sister by Jen Williams. And that's the first book in a fantasy duology. Highly recommend. It's only 2 books, and it has a really cool fantasy based on the Dark Ages of Britain. So it has a lot of forest druidic magic, and it's just it has griffins, which are really cool. But yeah, that was the first book, Talon Sister, and I was reading that specifically for the Realmathon because we got bonus points in our team for a made-up world and politics, and there's a lot of it's a made-up world in Talon Sister, and there's a lot of politics, court politics. So reach it, and then we also ordered Noodle Story this night because they just have such good noodles. Alright, so that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I had another Plan With Me go live. So put this at the top. And then again, we were working on the custom. Working on work, you know. The custom there. And then, once again, watching some more Reacher. I think we're watching like, I think they're long episodes. So we're watching like 1 or 2 at night. Just, you know, spread it out. Trying to get it all in. I will say I think season 1 and 3 are better than season 2, but basically like the Reacher books that they're based off, there's like 26 books. And they're all kind of standalone. It's just like specific places and things happening to Reacher. So each like season is kind of by itself. Which is nice. You know, everything gets wrapped up each season. And then you're like, I wonder where he'll go next season. I know it's renewed for season 4, so we'll wait and see. But yeah, so the stories are kind of different depending on the book. So the first season is the first book. And then I think the second season is like the 13th book or something. And then the next one is like the 9th book. I don't know. I think they're just able to jump around because it's like, you know, they're just a fun series of popcorn action books. So let me write that in. All right. Let's have a look-see. Then we got Taco Bell, I think for lunch maybe, because Taco Bell here is still really cheap and, you know, just felt like something different. I feel like Taco Bell is the best when you have it really sparingly. Like if you have it once a month or even less, you're like, wow, this tastes so good. But if you start having it too much, you're like, well, this is awful. So try to limit Taco Bell, honestly. Yeah, thank you. And the last thing I'll say about Reacher also is that I feel like it does female characters really well. The sound of the show, you wouldn't think so, but it has like, and I wouldn't even say like, there's strong, badass women. Like there are strong, badass women in every season. But the point is like, they're still a human being. They still have, you know, they still mess up, and also there's a lot more respect. Like Reacher respects women, which is nice. I feel like that's pretty rare. And one of his main friends, Neely, she actually has a whole spin-off show coming. So I'm really excited for that because she is pretty cool. But yeah, every season has returning characters and new characters, and they're all pretty well done, I think. Yeah, I was pretty shocked about that because I felt like it didn't sound like the best show, but once I learned about it and actually got into it, yeah, I really enjoyed it. And they're not too long, so, you know, it's just a nice little thing to watch if you want some action that's not like, rolling your eyes. So Taco Bell, I was playing Infinity Nikki. I think at this point I was still working on the current patch of Infinity Nikki, but we're working up towards the new season in game. Did some cleaning, and then I started my next book, which was, I think it's the last book of the trilogy for the Ratch, which is Ancillary Mercy. So it's Ancillary Justice, Ancillary Sword, and then Ancillary Mercy. So I was reading the third and final book of that trilogy. So that is the first half of the week. All finished, looking real cute. We will put some extra deco of the rose gold in because we have some deco bits just to make it a little bit more shiny because I didn't use the glitter head overlays. So, and I didn't use all the full box overlays, I just did a couple. So we will make it a bit more shiny soon. But first I'm going to put in here that Thursday, I put it as a day off. I was just a little bit, I needed some rest. I'm sort of just going with the flow in terms of work and burnout right now. So it's kind of like the year of burnout, to be honest. So I'm just giving myself time where I can and not stressing too much. So we had a day off on Thursday. And for lunch, we ordered in Phaser Cafe, just got a quiche and salad. We also got a cake because Phaser Cafe is really good cake. We just buy like one slice and cut it in half. But yeah, they had a passion fruit like cheesecake, I think, or mousse cake. This time it was really tasty. And then I was binge watching some YouTube during the day, and then we caught up with the new episode of Wheel of Time, which this season, it just finished season 3, and it's so good. If you're looking for a fantasy show that's like really about strong women, and there's like, you know, a cast of young pupils, there's a little bit of romance, a little bit of angst, lots of drama, you know, powerful women in this world too, powerful men. Really good fantasy show. It's a lot more modern. It was written like in the 90s, the books. The books are a lot, I'll be honest, but I am enjoying the changes that they made into the TV show. And each season just gets better and better, honestly. I would say like this first season, I still really enjoyed it, but it is limited. And COVID hit during filming, so they had to make changes, but then the show really gets off going. So they just finished season 3, so I highly recommend catching up if you want. I think the 3 seasons covers like 4 books, almost 5 books at this point. So yeah, really enjoying it. I've loved season 3. Like, it's been so cinematic. It's been so good. Teared up many times. So let me put in these things here. And then, of course, we caught up with Wheel of Time. So then we went back to Reacher, continuing on with our binge watch. And then the banana bread was, the bananas we had were really on their last legs. So I baked up banana bread this night. So good. I've just found a really good recipe. I linked it a couple of videos ago. I apologize, but yeah, been loving banana bread. So I baked some of that, and then was again back to reading some ancillary Mercy before bed. So that was my Thursday. So Friday, it looks like I didn't work this day either. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna rest, and that's no shame in that. So Friday, I had another Plan With Me go up, and then I did some journaling. Maybe I want to use a bigger box for that. Did some journaling, and then I was listening to The Will of the Many while journaling and also gaming. Because of course we're going to put in Infinity Nikki next. So I got Plan With Me. I'm just going to use these washi tapes for journaling because it may have been my Infinity Nikki journaling. If that, then yes, I was using washi tape. I still struggle to use washi tape, to be honest, but I'm enjoying like just putting it randomly in my Infinity Nikki journal. But yeah, I just write journal because it's easier than fitting in journaling, but it should be journaling, but instead of journal, but that's okay. It's fine. So I think I'm going to use, what I want to use here. So I'm going to put Ancillary Mercy at the bottom. And I do have a little thing to put in, which was Reacher, of course. I'm using a little wrench from the pack because, oh, it goes. Maybe you can fit this in for Infinity Nikki. Yeah. So we got Infinity Nikki. I'm going to use this cute little scribbler, flower girl scribbler from Scribble Prints Co because I thought it went well with Nikki. Her default hair color is pink, but you can have any hair color really in the game. I use the wrench for Reacher because I don't know. Sometimes he hits a dude with a wrench. And then Ancillary Mercy, of course. Then, of course, it was Heidi's birthday and her vet appointment. So yeah, basically the last time we got her checked out, we got her, she's had sort of the chronic issue of pulling her hair out of her tail and things, and also some limping that's sort of on and off. So last time we were dealing with that, they're like, oh, she should also get her teeth cleaned, but she actually needs to. But before we get her teeth cleaned, it said for her age she needed another checkup, because when they do teeth cleaning, they go under sedative. So they just have to make sure they're healthy enough to be able to do that. So that's what we're going to do there. It was just a routine appointment so we could book teeth cleaning. But the vet noticed possibly an odd heart rhythm and also was concerned about the limping. So we decided not to do the teeth cleaning yet. And also they were going to do an x-ray, but we weren't sure about how long she had eaten previously before it. But yeah, they were worried about that because she's a Norwegian forest cat, she may have had a heart condition, which is like more genetic in their group. I know that the breeder was tested not to have it, so we're hoping it wasn't, but you know, it happens in like 1 out of 7 cats gets this heart problem. Basically the walls of the heart like thicken up and there's like nothing you can do about it basically. But anywho, they took 3 blood tests to rule that out, and only 2 of them they could do in the vet, so we had to wait for another lab to do the 3rd one. And then we were also given some painkillers to see how that might help with her limp, and that maybe it's a osteoporosis, inflammation of her joints kind of problem. So yeah, it ended up being a whole thing. We're worried like maybe she has the heart issue, and we're also, hopefully, we were hoping we could help with her leg issue, because I feel like that's less like, oh, terrible. So there's a lot going on. Obviously, that's when I kind of fell off the bandwagon with filming because I was, worried about my baby. But I will tell you now, like, I think midway through the week, Wednesday or Thursday, we got news that from the other blood test that she did not have that issue with her heart. So her heart is okay. She possibly had a weird rhythm in her heart because she was at the vet, But they had to rule it out because of her breed. And she is 10. She turned 10 on Saturday. So, and then she did 2 weeks of painkillers just to see if it worked. And then we've just had 2 weeks off. And she definitely she basically lost her limp from the painkillers. She can't have that kind of painkiller all the time though. So we have to book a vet, hopefully this week that I'm filming and that you're seeing this. We're going to book another follow-up vet, and hopefully we'll be able to get her some long-term pain medication, because it does seem to be that at least she has the joint problem. And they thought maybe the hair pulling was like her dealing with the pain. So, and she still pulled her hair a little bit during those 2 weeks, but since the painkiller stopped, she's pulled a lot more hair. Her tail is looking very sad. It's not really like, it's not getting like infected or anything, but it's just not nice to see. So yeah, I think we're probably going to be going on a pain medication thing. And I also picked up a hip and joint nutrition additive. So it's like a paste of omega-3 and stuff that I add to her dinner now. So hopefully that will help her out. We're also switching her biscuits to a formula that's specifically for Norwegian forest cats. For their fur and their bone health, and joint health. So hopefully we're working on those things. But on the Saturday, we were worried about her heart as well. It's kind of a scary, sad kind of diagnosis, because what I read on the internet is like 2 years maximum. Once they get diagnosed with that is what they get left. And But anyway. Luckily, that was not the problem, but of course we'll keep an eye on that. But at the moment now, we're just dealing with her limps. She still like runs and plays and does her usual zoomies, but she'll just be limping. Sometimes she'll get up from sleeping and she'll just be limping, and it's not very nice. And it may be due to pain. So seemingly they worked, so hopefully we can work on a long-term solution. And now she's getting all her extra vitamins and nutrients that she needs for support. But yeah, it's a very funny, it's a huge tube, and it comes with like a turning key, and you just like squeeze out the amount of paste into her food. And luckily Heidi is not a picky girly. You could put down any food in front of her and she'll eat it. She's fine, and she doesn't get tired of food either. So we're blessed in that way. I've probably jinxed it now, but we had to put a pain medication on her food previously and she just ate it. And now with the paste being added, she just eats it. So Luckily, that's no issue. She's sleeping on the floor next to me right now, on top of a plastic shopping bag, because she loves to lie on a plastic shopping bag. But yeah, to round that all up, now 4 weeks later, we should be able to get her booked. They're still going to do an X-ray in this next appointment, just to double check everything in the body. Do an X-ray, and then we'll be able to book her getting her teeth cleaned. But they said it's not too bad, so we don't have to like do it right now, get her teeth cleaned. But yeah, so plenty more stuff to do with Heidi. But that was her birthday day. It was a bit dramatic, so I apologize to her for booking a vet appointment on her birthday, but at least we can finally get this stuff sorted. They kind of just only finally noticed her like limping because it's been in the last like 3 vet visits being and the vet that we saw this time is actually an orthopedics vet, so I guess it like, you know, he noticed it a bit better. So yeah, that was a Saturday, and that was like the last time I did proper plan with me's, really, so I apologize for that, but you know, it's been a long month since then, but I'm so glad the blood test came back all right. But it's always worth to look after them because she's only 10. She has, you know, possibly 10 more years to like annoy us. So definitely want to look after her. We also did some laundry this day, did some cleaning. We kind of just both just pieced out, honestly. After that, we just cleaned and watched TV, you know. We started watching, oh no, not started watching. We watched the new episodes of The Pit and Severance this day. Then they technically come out Friday, but you know, so caught up on those shows. And then it was the Gala of Peace for the readathon, so I put Ancillary Mercy on pause, and I read 2 short novellas, and the first one was Countess by Susan Palumbo, and it's like a reimagining of the Count of Monte Cristo. It's like in sci-fi, and it was pretty good. I did enjoy it. I wanted more of it, but that's the problem with novellas, I guess. But yeah, Countess, I did enjoy that, and I've read and finished it this day. All right. So then on Sunday, I did some journaling, just sort of like hiding out. Did some journaling and listened to The Will of the Many while I journaled. Maybe I'll squeeze this up because I want to put 2 little things in here. And then Wheel of Time. I'm actually like, when did Wheel of Time start? Well, maybe watch some more. I think they put out 3 episodes. Maybe this is when it came out. The Wheel of Time. I think so. And they brought out 3 episodes at once. We'd already watched the first episode on a fan event, but we decided we wanted to rewatch it. Just, the fan event didn't have subtitles. And well, we can't hear without our subtitles. So we rewatched the first episode, and then there was 2 more episodes to watch. So I think that was us watching all of Wheel of Time season 3 as it came out. So that's what I have here. And then I used a teeth. Wheel of Time, I used a little like pawn shape for that to mark that here. I was just using what I had in the foil bundle. So for Reacher, I used a tooth because I don't know, punch a tooth out. I think this day is when we caught up with Reacher to where they were in season 3. So then we tried out. We're like, okay, what shows are like Reacher that we can watch? Basically impossible, to be honest with you. There wasn't much that we wanted, that we liked, that's supposed to be like Reacher. So anyway, we tried out The Blacklist, because we do love James Spader in this house. And I think we watched, I don't know, we actually watched a fair bit of Blacklist. Maybe 10 episodes in the end. A bit of Blacklist, but honestly with you guys, it was a bit too network TV. It was a bit too old and a bit too network. The way it looked, the way it acted, like, I was like, I wish this could have been a prestige show, because obviously it's a much older show, and it was on a normal network, so it just had those vibes, and just, it wasn't very good in the end. It could have been good, but I don't know, it just wasn't for us, the Blacklist. We gave it a good shot, but we're just gonna go on. And then this night we got Krung Tep, which is our local Thai place. They're really, really good. And then I also read another novella for Gala of Peace, which was the Murderbot book. Which Murderbot was it? I think maybe Murderbot 4, the fourth one. I can't remember what it's called. Exit Strategy, maybe. I'm just going to put Murderbot. Anyway, but yeah, love Murderbot. Every book is real good. So, and I can't wait for the show of that to come out in May. That's that's going to be on Apple TV. The trailer came out and looks so good. So, but yeah, I think I finished the 4th book on this day for the Gala of Peace. I only got 2 books done for it, but man, whatever. It's fine. I'm not that competitive, and I can't read that much for a readathon, to be honest. I just wanted to try it out, you know. And that is the week all finished. Looks a lot nicer and cleaner and cuter than it was in real life after that Saturday, but, you know, we were being optimistic, and it worked out in the end because the baby is all right. We could deal with what she's got, and she's getting her supplements, her new food, and hopefully soon she'll get some painkillers for long term. Let me have a look. Here we go. We got our little specs. So let me put these in. Yeah, so apologize. I just had to take a break from really filming from here, because I was supposed to film Saturday, Sunday, and I was like, I just want to become a blob. Not that I hadn't been a blob for a lot of the week, to be honest, but you know, we're living through unprecedented times, and sometimes you gotta look after yourself. But yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. I know I've done a little bit of filming since then, but not a lot, so let me know. Hopefully you are all, as I said, doing well and looking after yourselves. Are you still also planning? Let me know what you've been stickering this week. I'd like to know. I've pretty much I feel like I've been filming all of my planners since the beginning in 2016. I think, yeah, my first video was Valentine's Day week, so it was only a couple of weeks where I never filmed it. I was like, you know what, I really want to film this. I don't know, I just felt the urge. So I've been posting Plan With Me's for a long time, and I still really enjoy it. Yeah, I've definitely been neglecting my poor little planner, so I'm looking forward to getting back in and getting it up to date. But that is the finished spread with all of the deco bits. It looks so cute. I really, really love the Aristocats art. Dusk is just so good. She just does no wrong. I love it. And a really good kit for Heidi's birthday, her 10th birthday. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me jumble through words, because it's hard to speak. But yeah, I'm glad you've been here listening to me. I hope that you've been having a good time. Let me know if you don't want to say anything, but you want to leave a comment for the algorithms. Just leave a little bow emoji down below, for our little Marie. Or let me know which of your Aristocats is your favorite. Is it Berlioz, Marie, and I can't remember the last one's name. I never can. Anyway, let me know. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day. I should have all the videos up this week, so I hope you check in on Wednesday and Friday. But otherwise, I will see you next time. Bye-bye. I love you. Bye-bye.